One of my coaching clients um, asked me if I could talk to her and her new friends about what it takes to have long-term friendships, because she was noting how me and my two BFFs, how we have been friends for such a long time and our friendship is so solid. And you'd be surprised the number of adult women who, if you don't have a friendship that you've come up in, now you're adults trying to form a friendship, it's kind of hard for the friendship to get to a place where it has a feeling of authenticity. And so and just like dependability. So she wanted to know, what is it that we do to make this friendship work? You know, and I said to her, I said, at the end of the day, what makes this friendship work is we all know nobody's going nowhere. No matter what happens, we're going to be there for one another. It's almost like a marriage. You might as well, whatever, good, bad, ugly, no matter what it is, you might as well just learn how to deal with it, because nobody's going nowhere. And so just that dependability of knowing that that friend is there regardless of what happens, you know. So that's a bedrock of that friendship. However, when it comes to the work of the Lord, when it comes to the work of the Lord, always talking to ministry leaders. Always talking to ministry leaders. When it comes to the work of the Lord and when it comes to the call of God on each of our individual lives, even though our friendship will always be in place, there is a chance of separation, just like what happened with Paul and Barnabas, if we can't agree on the work of the Lord. That could happen. But does that mean we'll no longer be friends? Yeah, we'd still be friends. But because so much of our lives is surrounded around us doing God's work, it would put a strain on the friendship. It would put a strain on the friendship. But because we are soul friends, even if the friendship in terms of the time we're together, even if that thing kind of split up a little bit, we're going to always be concerned about one another's souls. We're going to always want uh, or discern what is going on in the lives of one another, because that we're knitted together in that way. And we're going to always, I would hope so. I'm saying we're going to. I would like to believe we're going to always come together and strengthen one another in the things of God. Um, I One of us or two of us, however many, would have to probably completely leave the Lord, leave the work of the ministry for the friendship to just dissipate. And it's not that the love for one another isn't there, uh, but there's no way I cannot be concerned about your soul and you have just walked away from the Lord altogether. Those things, those type of ministry things, they're so embedded in who we are that you can't really walk together with somebody who's not in that with you to a certain degree. Um, so there are times when a friendship or a relationship can or will split up behind the work of the Lord, but that is not the plan of God. Paul and Barnabas, I know they were still actually in their splitting, they were united. Imagine what would have happened if they tried to stay together. If one of them had have given in to the other one's insistence. And for example, let's just say if Paul had said to Barnabas, you know what? If you think Mark is good and can do it this time and will stick with us this time and won't bail out on us again, all right, I'll trust you. Bring him along. And if he had done that and then they got out there on that journey and Mark bailed out again, or Mark wouldn't do his part of the work again, now that could have caused for a friendship that's unrepairable. The two, that could have caused such dissension that And then they would have been probably arguing and upset in front of the people who they had gone to minister to. So even in their splitting, I believe, and I'd have to look and see what happened. I think if I remember right, they did kind of have a coming together afterwards, after the two pairs, after Paul and Silas had gone, and after Barnabas and Mark had gone. I think there was a time when they did get to come together, and their relationship was fine. It's just that they had to split so that they could do the work of the Lord. So those things happen. You know, what happens in a soul friendship and a spiritual friendship. We are just going to be concerned about one another's souls, and we are just going to be concerned about the will, you fulfilling the will of God on your life.